Hi, I'm Judy LaPointe. Welcome to the Stages of Learning from the 5-Minute Manager. Today we're going to talk about, as a manager, how you can help your employees learn. And you know, I always like to learn from politicians whenever I can. So I'm going to read you a little quote from our former U.S. Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld. And let me just get it here. He says, "There are known knowns. There are things we know. There are known unknowns. That is to say, there are things that we know we don't know. But there are also unknown unknowns. There are things we don't know. Well, what Donald Rumsfeld didn't know was that he was actually quoting a part of Abraham Maslow's Conscious Competencies Learning Matrix. And this actually is a great tool for managers to use to help their employees learn and grow. And I'm going to show you in a PowerPoint demonstration here in a second just exactly how that works. So hold on and I'll be right back. He's actually described a learning journey where one goes from not knowing what they don't know all the way through being so totally competent with what they know that you just do it automatically. Let me show you a little matrix here that was developed by Abraham Maslow in the 1940s. As a manager, it's important for you to understand the stages of learning. It's going to be your job to help your employees know what they don't know, then teach them that they know something. They know that something has to be done, they just don't know how to do it. Then we move them through, we now know how to do it, so we know what we know, and then finally, we don't know we know. It's a little bit hard to describe without an example. So let's just take an example and say that you've got a brand new employee who is blissfully ignorant about the existence or even the relevance of the skill needed to do her job fully. As a manager, it will be your job to give the feedback and on-the-job training to help your new employee become aware of what she doesn't know she needs to know. No learning can occur in this quadrant. No learning can occur until your employee becomes aware there is something they need to know that she doesn't know. So your job is to make your employee aware of these skills and to help them learn the skills in this next quadrant. The next quadrant is the quadrant where your employee now knows she needs to learn a new skill set, and no doubt she's going to be highly motivated to learn it well. By giving this new skill set a try, she'll realize just how far she needs to come to master that skill. As a manager, you'll want to create smaller, more achievable learning goals to maintain enthusiasm and energy. If you've ever tried to learn a brand new sport, you know how frustrating this quadrant can be. When you first see a professional athlete play your chosen sport, it all looks so easy. But when you've picked up your first tennis racket or golf club or skis, you found it's not quite as easy as it looks. In this quadrant, people can often become frustrated or discouraged by their seeming failure to learn. So encouragement on your part is essential to get through this stage. Now, once you've got through this stage, you move on to stage 3. In this stage, we arrive at a point where the skill or behavior is achieved. Your new employee has now accomplished the learning you had hoped for and can easily do this new skill. So if we get back to the sports analogy, this would be where you've achieved the level of competence that enables you to enjoy your chosen sport. There still might be much to learn, but as long as you know there are some skills that you don't know how to do, you can learn them. And as your skills improve, you go on to the final step, which is step 4 in this matrix. The skills and behaviors become instinctive and competently performed with no thought whatsoever. If I could just move this one more time, there we go. So in this case, we don't know what we know. It's so effortless to do this once difficult task, we no longer notice we're doing it. It may become so deeply embedded it becomes difficult to explain exactly how to do it. So back to the sports analogy, oftentimes professional athletes don't make the best teachers or coaches because it's difficult to explain how they do something, they just do it. Some would argue there needs to be one more step of learning and call it reflective unconscious competence. That would enable one to reflect on their extreme competence and be able to describe how they achieved that level. But for right now, we're sticking with the 4 levels. Well, that Donald Rumsfeld, he was a pretty smart guy. He knew the stages of learning. Now, it's your job to help your employees and help yourself to learn new things every day that will make you be a more skillful, better employee, better person. I mean, it doesn't have to just be about the job skills that you learn. This is learning throughout every aspect of your life. So I encourage you to put together a great personal development plan that incorporates learning something new every day. This is Judy LaPointe for the 5 Minute Manager. Hope you enjoyed our program.